Tonight, the stunning damage from relentless storms. An EF3 tornado striking with little warning after dark. The Heartland community suffering terrible loss.
Just bodies everywhere, people everywhere.
2 dead, dozens injured, and the search for the missing. Our team is there, and it isn't over yet. The new outbreak on the way. Plus, the horror on Maui. First responders on a jet ski trying to rescue a tourist attacked while swimming. His wife and other witnesses watching from the shore. Also tonight, we're inside the forest that trapped that young yoga instructor. Found alive after 17 days lost. Her jubilant friends and family celebrating. Tonight, new details about how she survived. President Trump in the ring, awarding a sumo champion while wrestling with his critics. Tweeting about his friendship with Kim Jong-un and undercutting a top advisor. Also, taking a shot at a 2020 rival, former Vice President Joe Biden. And Need for Speed, the racing legend, not even fire could stop him. His will to win, inspiring generations. The touching tribute today.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas. And we begin with the tornado watches up at this hour. 6 states on alert as we come on after another night of deadly weather in the heartland. A powerful EF3 tornado, you see it there, striking near Oklahoma City after dark. It came with fierce winds and pounding rain as well. The tornado shredding a motel, look at that, and mobile home park in El Reno, Oklahoma. Teams searching all night for the missing. And tonight, the region is reeling from those damaging storms and from flooding as well, even as a new round of severe storms is on the way. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano starts us off in hard-hit El Reno tonight.
Tonight, the view from above. This area of Oklahoma obliterated. The tornado killing at least 2 people. A confirmed EF3 striking at 10:28 p.m. with winds up to 145 miles per hour. The twister forming quickly, giving residents only minutes to take cover before the intense storm ripped through El Reno in the middle of the night.
Just bodies everywhere, people everywhere, don't know dead or alive.
This hotel torn apart, the tornado jumping the highway, hitting this one with a glancing blow.
There's significant tornado damage. This is right across the street from the hotel that got leveled.
When you see something like this, I always think of the kids getting up in the morning and wondering what happened.
A mobile home park leveled, cars flipped over, the powerful winds scattering belongings everywhere. Survivors rushing to the gruesome scene, victims triaged at the Chevy dealership next door.
I'll tell you the thing that was most devastating was when I walked in there and we have a very shiny tile floor and it was covered with blood.
Rescue workers and dogs searching for survivors amid the demolished hotel. The piles of debris making the search grueling.
People have absolutely lost everything. You're not going to believe the devastation. You've seen some of the pictures of those poor families that were in that trailer house.
Just incredible, the twisted metal frames of these mobile homes thrown into this parking lot. There's that hotel badly damaged. Steel dumpsters thrown onto the second floor of that hotel.
Parts of the country slammed by 9 days of dangerous storms. 164 reported tornadoes across 11 states, along with blinding rain and dangerous flooding. Swollen rivers covering homes up to the rooftops. El Reno hit by floods just a week ago, now picking up the pieces from this tornado.
And Rob Marciano joins us now there from El Reno. Rob, we heard the mayor say it. So many families lost everything. It is really bad right there, but we know there is now more severe weather on the way.
I'm afraid so, Tom. Not till Tuesday. We'll get a break tonight and tomorrow, but Tuesday does look bad in this region. The risk tonight is to our west. We'll show it to you on the radar scope. We've already had 2 tornadoes touch down, or 3, I should say, in Kansas and Colorado. Denver is under a tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight, and there you see the storms firing. Flood watches here up through Oklahoma City, Wichita, and Kansas as well, and Louisville over towards West Virginia. You might get some rough and tumble storms tonight. Chicago gets some tomorrow. That's where the threats are. It's thankfully north of here. Des Moines, Indianapolis as well. But on Tuesday, we look for a significant risk of seeing severe weather, including tornadoes here in El Reno, in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, badly hit areas, Wichita, maybe Jefferson City as well, Kansas City, up through Omaha, St. Louis, damaging winds, large hail, and the possibility of more tornadoes and more rain, which is something else this area does not need. Tom.
Rob Marciano, who's been chasing all of these tornadoes for more than a week now for us. Rob, thank you. Next to that horrifying scene in Hawaii, a California man attacked by a shark while swimming off a beach in Maui. First responders rushed to his side, bringing him in on the back of a jet ski, but they couldn't save his life. all of it as the man's wife and other witnesses watch from the shore. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
First responders racing into the water off Maui this holiday weekend.
Report of a shark bite. The call is still coming in.
Desperate to save that swimmer who'd just been attacked by a shark.
Bringing it to shore. Pushing it with unresponsive. CPR setting off.
The 65-year-old man vacationing from California found 200 yards off the coast. His wife on the shore in utter panic.
We could hear her screaming, "That's my husband, that's my husband."
As lifeguards transfer the man from a jet ski to a gurney, the extent of his wounds horrifyingly apparent.
He looked unconscious when they transferred him to the other gurney, and we could see that they were trying to do CPR on him. But as we got closer, I saw some blood. It was really traumatic to see.
Maui is considered Hawaii's hotspot for shark attacks, where tonight a small memorial surrounds one of those ominous signs. This is the 16th shark attack and first deadly one at U.S. beaches this year, following a very active season last summer, which saw 32 attacks and 1 fatality.
And Tom, the last deadly attack off Maui's beaches was 4 years ago when a tiger shark bit a snorkeler. Authorities there are now trying to figure out if it was the same type of shark that attacked this weekend. Tom?
Marcy Gonzalez for us tonight. Marcy, thank you. Now to an update on the yoga instructor found alive after 17 days lost in the forest. She is back home tonight. Rescuers stunned to find her between 2 waterfalls, then airlifting her to the hospital. Tonight, new details about how she lost her way and how she survived the brutal and physical and mental ordeal. ABC's Marcus Moore taking us into the forest that trapped her.
Tonight, Amanda Eller is out of the hospital after those harrowing 17 days lost in this Hawaiian forest, eating berries, plants, and guavas to survive, confronting treacherous terrain, and enduring brutal weather for days, including a flash flood which swept away her shoes.
The last 17 days of my life have been the toughest days of my life.
At one point, the 35-year-old questioning whether her life would end in these woods.
And there were times of total fear and loss and wanting to give up.
And tonight, we're getting our closest look yet at the area where she went missing. This is what it looks like here in this part of the Makawao Forest. Just trees for as far as the eye can see, also thick brush and rugged terrain. And look at this. There are steep drop-offs here. In fact, Amanda actually fell from one of these cliffs and fractured her leg.
She didn't have her phone. She didn't have any of those kind of tools. You could easily get turned around because everything looks the same.
Friends and family forming their own search party to look for Amanda.
And you all were not going to give up.
We were not going to give up.
Through donations from the public, they hired a helicopter to aid in the search. And Friday, that miraculous discovery, finding the missing yoga instructor in a ravine sandwiched between 2 waterfalls.
We looked down and was like, hey, there's a hiker. What? And she's like coming out of the woodwork, man. Like arms out, you know, waving us down. Unbelievable, man. Elation. Absolute elation.
Then this incredible moment when she's finally lifted to safety.
I knew we were going to get her. You know, if we hung in there long enough, we would find her. I was confident of that.
And tonight, Marcus joins us now from Maui near the area where Amanda Eller was rescued. Marcus, it is quite remote and includes a very narrow road, you were telling us, to get up to the trailhead where she parked her car.
Yeah, Tom, it's a narrow, winding, 1-lane road that takes you up. And once you get up there, you're surrounded by trees and thick brush. And there are parts where these tall pine trees completely block the sun. So on a cloudy day, there's a sense that at times it could be difficult to know where the sun is. Tom?
And likely easy to get lost. All right, Marcus, thank you. Overseas now from Japan tonight, President Trump with a full schedule of activities that were close to his heart. A round of golf with Prime Minister Abe, who tweeted this selfie from the links, then awarding the President's Cup trophy to a sumo wrestling champion. But the president still found time to tweet warm words for North Korea's Kim Jong-un and nasty ones to 2020 foe, former Vice President Joe Biden. ABC White House correspondent Tara Palmieri reporting from Tokyo.
The president getting a lavish layout from the Japanese, catered to indulge Trump, the showman. A ringside seat at a championship sumo match, the president and first lady watching the intense matches.
As sumo grand champion, I hereby award you the United States President's Cup.
Trump awarding a massive 70-pound trophy to the winner. And it didn't end with sumo diplomacy. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe hosted a round of golf, the two posing for a selfie before having cheeseburgers with imported U.S. beef perhaps a nod to progress on a U.S. trade deal.
The Prime Minister and I talked a lot today about trade and military and various other things, and I think we had a very productive day.
But looming over the glamour of the visit, a growing discord over North Korea's recent missile tests. Both the Japanese Prime Minister and National Security Advisor John Bolton saying there's no doubt the tests violated a UN security resolution. The president then undermined both in this tweet. North Korea fired off some small weapons, which disturbed some of my people and others, but not me. I have confidence that Chairman Kim will keep his promise to me, and also smiled when he called Swamp Man Joe Biden a low IQ individual, and worse. Perhaps that's sending me a signal?
Can you explain why Americans should not be concerned that the President of the United States is essentially siding with a murderous authoritarian dictator over a former Vice President of the United States?
Chuck, the president's not siding with that, but I think they agree in their assessment of former Vice President Joe Biden.
But even Republican allies in the Senate saying they are troubled by Kim's recent actions.
I find them very disturbing and certainly wouldn't trust Kim Jong-un. So I think we need to keep our eyes on North Korea.
Tara Palmieri joins us now from Tokyo, where she is traveling with the president. And Tara, former Vice President Joe Biden's camp is firing back at the president for his tweet.
Tom, an aide for Biden is slamming President Trump for amplifying the dictator's attack on the vice president, calling the tweet erratic and unhinged. Now, Tom, it's extremely rare for a president to attack a political rival on foreign soil.
Tara Palmieri reporting for us tonight from Tokyo. Tara, thank you. Back here at home, but sticking with politics, Democrats and Republicans faced off over the prospect of impeaching the president. President Trump fueling the debate this week, giving Attorney General William Barr sweeping new powers to go public with classified information as he investigates the investigation. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
Tonight, with a growing number of congressional Democrats calling for impeachment, a top Republican senator is issuing a stark warning.
Impeachment would be political suicide because there's no reason to impeach the president.
Democrats digging in, saying this goes beyond politics.
When we don't hold this president accountable to the rule of law and to the United States Constitution, just look at the fact that currently over a number of abuses of power, but the public's trust is at stake.
For weeks, Democrats have been demanding the full and unredacted Mueller report be released and requesting testimony from Mueller and former White House counsel Don McGahn. The president claiming executive privilege to prevent the former White House lawyer from testifying.
They don't feel they can win the election, so they're trying to do the 1,000 stabs.
The president is now facing questions over granting Attorney General William Barr unprecedented powers to declassify information from other agencies over how the FBI's Russia investigation into the Trump campaign began.
Now I'm insisting that we get to the bottom of this. I think transparency is good for the American people.
The president going as far as to call the FBI investigation a criminal act.
They have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person. If you look at Comey, if you look at McCabe, if you look at probably people higher than that.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders asked if Trump would accept Barr's conclusion, even if it found no wrongdoing.
Look, I'm not going to get ahead of what the final conclusion is, but we already know that there was a high level of corruption that was taking place.
And Stephanie Ramos joins us now from Capitol Hill. And Stephanie, we've learned today that the president's lawyers and House Intelligence Committees have come to an agreement about the Trump financial records that they have been fighting over in court.
That's exactly right, Tom. Lawyers for President Trump have reached that agreement with the House Intelligence and Financial Services panels to hold off for now on making Trump's financial records public from Deutsche Bank and Capital One. In exchange, Trump's attorneys have agreed to an expedited court schedule. So this means we may not see those documents produced for a while or at all. Tom.
Stephanie Ramos with that new update tonight. Stephanie, thank you. And there is much more ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday. A woman looking to cool off with a swim comes face to face with an alligator, attacked and then airlifted to the hospital. What wildlife officials are warning tonight. Plus, the man trying to escape the raging apartment fire. You see him there on the ledge, getting caught out there. Firefighters racing to save him. And the alert for some beachgoers on this holiday weekend. A young swimmer still missing tonight, where the rip current risk is deadly and what to remember when you're out on the water. Stay with us.
This
is my body proof.
Proof of less joint pain.
and clearer skin.